Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are in Orlando, Florida. This is Woodlawn Memorial Park, and you may have seen a little while back I did a video on Bob Ross here. Well, this one is another one from the same cemetery. Today we're going to be talking about the band Foghat, and for those of you that have been asking for musical videos, this is one that I've wanted to do for a little while. This is not a very heavily visited location, although it should be, because Foghat was one of the bigger bands out there in the 1970s. And we're talking about Dave Peverett, and he was a singer and a guitarist, and he was the original vocalist and rhythm guitarist for Foghat. And he was a pioneer. I mean, Slow Ride was probably one of the biggest songs that came out of that era, and we're gonna go and pay our respects to the man himself right now. Now, Dave Peverett only lived until the age of 56. He passed away in 2000. Now, when I was a kid, I used to love to meet my musical heroes. I grew up playing guitar, and Dave Peverett, I always loved his playing and, you know, a lot of the music of Foghat, and that might date me a little bit, but I thought those guys were cool. And a lot of the original band members have passed away very early on for a lot of them. I think there's only one original member who's still keeping the spirit of the band alive, but that was Roger Earl, the drummer. I believe he's the only living original member. But when I was a kid, I thought that I always loved meeting a lot of these people. And Foghat was going to make an appearance at a local record shop, and I thought, this is really cool. I was about 12 years old, and they were the first musicians that I ever met, got autographs from, and maybe that makes me a little bit of a fanboy, but looking back, I mean, Dave Peverett passed away, was 25 years ago, so being able to have met some of these guys is kind of cool now. Now, for just a little bit more information, Dave Peverett was born in England in 1943, and he was a fan of the blues and rock and roll. And in the formative pre-Beatles, like early 1960s, he was vocalist and lead guitarist of a band called the Nocturnes, and that included his brother John Peverett, and he was later Rod Stewart's road manager. Now, these guys grew up and they were rock stars. This is back when being a rock star was actually being a rock star. Now, Foghat was not the first band that gave Dave Peverett a little bit of success. He was also in Savoy Brown, and he released 5 albums with Savoy Brown before starting Foghat. But this is the final resting place of Lonesome Dave Peverett. April 16th to 1943 to February 2nd, 2000. Beloved husband, father, and granddad. And his wife Linda, May 23rd, 1947 to December 2nd, 2000. She passed away early on too, not long after him. Beloved wife, mom, and nanny. Now, I believe he had kidney cancer, and they were set to have another tour with Foghat, and he wasn't able to fulfill that tour, but passed away way too young. I mean, 56 years old. And I believe Rod Price also passed away pretty early on. Roger Earl is still with us, but I mean, when you talk about original 1970s bands, Foghat is probably one of the first that you would think of. They're still touring, but only with one original member. But this is a beautiful cemetery, and I did promise to do more rock and roll, more music legends, more music videos in general, and I will stick to that. There will be more coming up, but that's all there is for today. So thanks for joining, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care, everybody.